thank you all for being here today. I think that this is a day that many of us mourn tremendous loss in our community, not just over the past year, but over many years. And frankly, I think we all look at one another and say, why do we keep having this day? What is going to change for community members who use drugs such that they can live long, thriving, healthy lives? And I think the answer is the work that you all do, the work that you continue to do, is what makes a difference. You all here and our community members who are empowered to support one another are the reason every year that we can also come back and think about the loved ones, our residents who have lived, who have survived. There are many of you here among us who are in recovery, and there are many of you who have struggled, and I want to say I'm really, really proud that you're here with us today. And I'm honored and moved that you have committed your lives, your passion, and frankly, your, I'm sure, blood, sweat, and tears to what is a difficult and often thankless job. I know it's more than a job for most of you. I know it's your life's work. And on a day when we work to remember and honor the people who we love, who we've lost, I also want you to feel honor for the work that you've done, the lives you saved, the people you've cared for, and I think most importantly, the people you've empowered. So thank you for the work you do every day. I also want to take a moment to thank our partners at the Allegheny County Health Department, in particular, Stacey Brown. Everybody here has the privilege of working with her. She expands all of our work. She makes it possible for many of us to touch community members' lives that we wouldn't otherwise have opportunities to access. So thank you, Stacey. And I know you don't want to come up here and speak, but one of these days. And finally, I want to thank our mayor, Mayor Ed Gainey. One of the most important things we can do is be bold. I think we're looking at a history of doing the same thing over and over again and wondering why nothing's changing. And I think this is the time for us to be radical. It's the time for us to listen to the people who know what needs to be done, particularly people who use drugs, people in recovery, and all of you who are doing this work every day. So I want to thank those who are being bold, and I want to thank our mayor in particular for supporting syringe exchange, for supporting harm reduction, and for recognizing that every day we have an opportunity through our public safety engagements, through our social service provider engagements, and most importantly through our community engagements, to support people and make sure that our residents don't just live, but they thrive. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Mayor Ed Gainey.
Good morning, and I want to thank everybody for coming. You know, before I start to talk about anything, I want to take a minute, and just offer my prayers for the families that have lost loved ones to this terrible drug culture. Secondly, I want to congratulate those who have overcome addiction. And thirdly, I want y'all to continue to fight every day, every single day, because usually people that's in addiction, if they don't believe in anything else, they believe in you. And that can help them dramatically. In 2021, Allegheny County lost 719 lives to overdose. That is almost 2 people we lost a day. These were our neighbors, our loved ones. They deserve support to live a long life and feel that they had access to opportunity for healing. Unfortunately, they're no longer here. And that's why I started the way that I started. We've had an increase. Black residents in our county are dying at roughly twice the rate of white neighbors. Our solution to this pandemic must acknowledge the painful truth and invest so that we can help them in a nice response. But let me say this. This drug culture don't discriminate. I don't care if you're black, white, Latino, wealthy, poor, it don't discriminate. And it's hurting, harming, and killing our families and our friends. So I don't want so much to get caught up on the statistics that we read today to alert you to the numbers. I want you to get caught up on what we got to do to heal people that are going through this tragedy. As I said, it's a crisis. We must acknowledge and care for the people in our community who use drugs so that we can stop losing the precious lives of our loved ones and our neighbors. In the city, we are committed to doing everything it takes to save a life. Everything. We are committed to doing everything that it takes to save a life. We're committed to that. Our focus is on harm reduction services like needle exchanges, fentanyl test strip decriminalization, and distribution by our first responders. That's what we're doing. And it goes further than individual programs which are saving lives every day. 4 months ago, we announced our plan for peace. It's built upon the social determinants of health, centering on people. That's the key, centering on people. This means all of our work as the city of Pittsburgh is focused on meeting our people where they are at, and working with them to provide a holistic solution so that they can thrive. Under law, the Office of Community Health and Safety and our Roots program are furthering this work every day. Every day we go get it. Every day we go get it. Every day. By providing coordinated care management and doing vital work in our streets to make Pittsburgh safer. We are especially grateful for all of you. For all of you who are here today, I am grateful. The city is grateful. And I'm gonna tell you something that I've told several of y'all already. This business that I'm in of politics has allowed me to meet some very powerful and strong people. I had someone ask me a long time ago, who's the strongest person you've ever met? And I'm sure they expected me to say congressmen, presidents, or governors. But the strongest person I've ever met in my life is the ones who've overcome drugs. They're the strongest people I've ever met in my life. And here's why. We know some of the things you did when you were addicted. We know some of the horror stories that you have. We know how difficult it was to look in the mirror. But the greatest love is to be able to look in the mirror, know where you came from, never be defined by that, overcome your journey, look back in the mirror, and smile at yourself for overcoming the most dramatic problem you could have in your life. That's the strength that most people will never know. And I'm gonna tell you, because this is important, if you can overcome drugs, you can go to college and get a degree. It can never be that hard. If you can overcome drugs, you can get a CDL license and continue to do what you do. Whatever you want to do in life, if you had the will, power, hunger, and authority to overcome your addiction, there is nothing you can't do. So at the end of the day, get up after you pray and say one thing: let's go get it.
I have no words that can come after that except to thank you all again for being here, and of course thank our mayor, thank Stacy, thank all of you who came today, and thank you for continuing to serve. We'll be here through 1 o'clock. We've got a lot of great resources. I hope you all be able to network with one another as well. We know we're all stronger together. Thank you for coming today.